Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening. First tonight, the Premier has flagged potential changes to dancing restrictions at music festivals after being slammed for having tough rules. Public Health is considering easing limits for events where everyone attending is fully vaccinated, but concerns remain about a slower vaccine uptake among young people.
If you're wanting to tear up the dance floor this summer, the Premier has one key message.
If you want to dance, get vaxxed. It's pretty simple.
COVID restrictions on events currently limiting the number of people who can be on their feet, but that could soon change.
I think it's really hard for anybody to go to a music festival and not dance.
Party in the Apocalypse is one of the last Tasmanian music festivals standing. A number cancelling in recent weeks.
I know that there have been concerns raised by a number of festivals about the fact that you can have a crowd of 4,000 people, but you can only have up to 250 people that are allowed to stand up and dance.
Those restrictions are now being reviewed by Public Health.
We've got to get to a point where our vaccination rate is higher, or to a point where those sorts of events have a double vaxxed only policy on entry.
Around 20,000 Tasmanians have been listed as no-shows for their second jab appointments, but people under the age of 24 are the biggest concern. Only around 75% have had their first dose. That's compared to the more than 90% for the 25 to 34-year-olds, and time is running out.
This is now urgent. We just need Tasmanians to come together for one big final push. Time is running out before our borders open.
It comes alongside new measures to make it easier for you to record your vaccination status.
And from Tuesday, I can add this to my check-in TAS.
An announcement expected in the coming weeks, but the word from the Public Health Director is,
I think we can look forward to a good new year with a bit of dancing perhaps.
Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
A father has died, his son rescued in a tragic family boating trip on the Tasman Peninsula. An extensive overnight mission was undertaken to find the pair. Our reporter, Ruby Kamain, has the details from the area.
At around 6 last night, police began an air and sea search for 2 boaties reported missing near Norfolk Bay, which sadly ended in tragedy this morning.
Yes, sadly, a 65-year-old man has passed away as a result of a boating incident.
Police say the father and son left Pre-Medina yesterday afternoon in a small motorised dinghy.
The pair went out for a boating adventure and failed to return. When they'd failed to return by 6 p.m, concerns were raised for their safety and a search was commenced.
And found the 33-year-old 1.5 kilometres from shore at 10:30 p.m, after spending a freezing 8 hours in the water due to the boat capsizing.
He was taken to hospital for assessment, but he has been released and he's back with his family.
His father, found deceased near Wiggins Point by Marine Police at 8 this morning. A report will be prepared for the coroner. Both males were wearing life jackets and notified people of where they were going. Police reminding others to follow suit.
If we remind people to take all safety precautions and ensure that people know where you are, then we can obviously search and hope to have outcomes, and there was a good outcome in that we did locate one of the males.
Police say their thoughts are with the man's loved ones and would like to thank all those who assisted in the search.
The New South Wales man who triggered a 3-day lockdown in the south after allegedly breaching hotel quarantine has once again appeared in court. Timothy Andrew Gunn is facing additional charges, including knowingly providing false information to an emergency management worker, allegedly telling Public Health he went directly to a premise in Bridgewater after leaving the Travelodge Hotel and did not leave. And he's also charged with a minor drug offence. Mr Gunn did not enter a plea and is due to reappear on December 6. The state government is denying our energy security is under a cloud, despite the operators behind our mainland power supply entering voluntary administration. Ongoing disputes and fresh financial pressure all but sealing Baslink's fate.
The lights of Basslink are barely flickering. A failed business sale and outstanding debts totalling $70 million, leaving the cash-strapped company with no choice but to enter voluntary administration.
In the short term, it's a financial issue, not an energy security issue.
The CEO describing today's decision as one he hopes will sustain Baslink's long-term future, but it came as no shock to the Premier.
It's not unexpected, and at the end of the day, in terms of our contractual arrangements regarding the cable, it really changes nothing.
The underwater cable to the mainland will continue operating, while Hydro Tasmania claims energy storage is in a very secure position at 52%.
Energy security is not at risk. And importantly as well, we've also got our dams at the highest levels that they've been for some years.
But Labor is worried about the ramifications, likening this saga to the energy crisis of 2016, when diesel generators were hauled in to keep the lights on after the faulty Basslink cable stopped the flow of power. The company will pore over the best options for the business.
It may well be that Hydro Tas and the state government are the logical future owners.
A restructure has been mentioned, no doubt hinting jobs are on the line. Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
A new mental health service has been unveiled in Smithton, aimed at connecting the area's youth with support. But it comes as health bodies call for better resourcing in the sector, with a critical service unavailable due to staff shortages.
Circular Head teenager Kelsey Williams says she has friends who've had to wait months for counselling.
It can be really hard to get appointments and stuff because of the sheer number of people.
She's hoping the new Youth Arch organisation will help more people her age find the help they need.
A lot of people don't know where to go to and how to start the process off, which can be a bit of an issue for a lot of young people in Circular Head.
Well, it's really important to feel connected to where you are, to feel as though you've got people that you can turn to when you're having difficulties.
The organisation will offer a range of services, including one-on-one counselling, while working closely with schools and other community groups. Circular Head welcoming the help, left shaken by recent suicides.
There has been, in the last 6 months, 3 or 4, come out of nowhere, but just, yeah, and that's devastating to a community.
But the state's mental health services are coming under attack as a result of staff shortages. A 24/7 hotline is currently out of operation, the work falling on the shoulders of community clinicians. HACSU members are forwarding all untriaged referrals back to the Director of Mental Health Services.
And that risk shouldn't sit with clinicians who already have patients who are suffering from mental health conditions that they need to deal with.
This is a transition stage for the mental health helpline. One will be an improved service, of which I look forward to seeing up and running as soon as possible.
The Health Minister reassuring the line will be active again tomorrow afternoon. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Some popular new car lights are blinding Tasmanian motorists, according to the RACT. The state's peak motoring body claims many powerful LED light bars aren't properly fitted and are shining into oncoming traffic.
People perhaps don't realise the problems they can cause other drivers. So it's really important we get Tasmanians educated on the proper use of these lights.
While they're not illegal, drivers with the safety aid are reminded to dip their lights within 200 metres of other vehicles. The verbal slog between Tasmania and Western Australia over the 5th Ashes test is intensifying. Our Premier says WA's hard border will deny cricket fans across the country.
That would be a test light. There are thousands of cricket lovers around the country that will not be able to travel to Western Australia under those arrangements because of the fact that they are not in a position where they'll be opening their borders as we are.
WA will make players and officials quarantine for 5 days in Perth after they travel from Sydney. Well, Santa has delivered an early but mysterious Christmas present to Hobart locals. This giant parcel turning up at Mawson Place, set to move around the city over the next 6 Saturdays, bringing festive entertainment with it. But on December 4, the gift will be opened and a special surprise revealed.
I hope that it just brings a level of excitement and enthusiasm for people to come into the city and enjoy Christmas, enjoy celebrating the excitement around Christmas as we lead up to that special day.
Meanwhile, the 14-metre tall Mawson Place Christmas tree will be switched on from this evening. Launceston's newly minted tag as a UNESCO City of Gastronomy will generate new jobs and even international tourism, according to the Mayor. It's one of almost 50 cities to join the global network, which will showcase Tasmania's burgeoning food and wine scene. While giving the region a new identity, there will also be a particular focus on food sustainability.
Thank you. We get recognised with wines, we get recognised with food, elite food, with fruit, so it's really important that we can add to this.
The push started for this recognition 4 years ago, and those involved say they feel gratified.
It's all locked up in the Sheffield Shield. Tasmania has equalled South Australia's total of 220 but still has 2 wickets in hand. Charlie Wakem's half-century yesterday put the Tigers in a strong position, while Ben McDermott did the heavy lifting today. The next generation watched on and witnessed a free lesson.
McDermott on the drive, there's a good shot, front foot for 4.
Tim Payne, possibly bleary-eyed from watching this morning's T20, was also a keen observer at Blunston, but it was Lawrence Neil-Smith having a lapse of focus.
Gully gets the edge and the catch taken.
The class of Ben McDermott was on show.
And he bounds again and driven into the gap. That's a good shot. And the timing's really good.
As he combined with Jake Doran for a strong stand, the best of the day.
Doran's happy to participate in that. And that's pulled behind square. Beautiful shot.
The bird had seen enough. Surely there was no stopping the Tigers now. Think again.
There's a shout from Scott on McDermott. He's a long way forward. He's given
a bad decision.
Close.
A contentious call, but the finger was raised. McDermott gone for 45. From there, the wheels fell off.
And umpire Nagoski gives it out. A double breakthrough for South Australia right on lunch.
Tasmania lost 3 wickets for 2 runs, and Jared Freeman's departure left Jordan Silk and Peter Siddle holding the fort before the covers came on. With more rain forecast for tomorrow's final day, the match is now destined for a draw. Brisbane coach Chris Fagan says clubs are warming to the idea of a Tasmanian team in the AFL so long as the financial case gets over the line. Queenstown-born Fagan was among the speakers at today's luncheon for the Hadspen Cricket Club. He says Alastair Clarkson coming on board gives the case a big boost, and the proposal is being taken more seriously than ever.
I think what they're worried about is there's a lot of clubs on the drip feed at the moment, the AFL, and to have another club in the same position wouldn't be great. But, with the backing of the Tasmanian government, which appears to be strong, I don't think that's going to be a problem for Tassie.
While Richmond's Jack Riewoldt has long supported the local push and says it's a hot topic around the clubs.
No doubt when it does happen, I'm a firm believer that it will happen. There'll be a lot of support and AFL people ready to come in and help it get off the ground.
Riewoldt plans to keep his skills in check over Christmas by dropping into his old club, Clarence. And with Bogue celebrating its 140th birthday this week, tonight's Friday Flashback is to when the brewery was involved in another anniversary. Commemorative cans were unveiled for the NTFA centenary in 1986, the last season before the league joined forces with the Northwest. 80s era Bogues was no stranger to strange promotions.
The student must drink 6 beers, eat the necessary portions of cold pies, baked beans and the rest, and run the distance.
A touch more refined than the beer and pie eating contest was the limited edition cans released for the NTFA's centenary year. 1986 would see the league's black and white shield adorn the product, while it was all black and gold in Longford as the town prepared for the grand final against Scottsdale.
Even the local hairdressing salon was caught up in the spirit with hairdos in the black and gold.
The bank was coloured much the same, even the local postie and the school. But the cheering was more muted on the big day.
Line left footed up towards the sticks. Oh, great goal kicked by Mark Coniston.
These were the days when Longford had the best of the Esk players, despite storming into the lead early.
Over the back as Chilcott chips it over his shoulder and he's put it right through the high diddle-diddle.
Scores were level late in the contest, but the Magpies raced away to win by 21 points in front of 7,500 at York Park, their 10th flag in 22 years.
And now have won the centenary Bogues NTFA Premiership for this season.
The two teams would join the newly formed Northern Tasmanian Football League the following year after the NTFA and NWFU combined. As for Bogues, well, they went on to even wackier promotions.
Velcro jumping. The concept is simple. Don a Velcro suit, gain momentum on a mini trampoline and aim high.
Anyone just stupid enough to try it, really, yeah.
It's great.
Needless to say, it didn't take off.
Good evening everyone. A cloudy day today with Devonport the top of 16 degrees, 15 in Launceston and Hobart and Burnie both 14. Across the state, 16 also in Strawn, the Islands, Low Head, St Helens, Friendly Beaches and Ooze all 15, 13 degrees in Grove and 7 in Lyowini. Cloud can be seen covering the whole of the state today as it spiralled around a low centred over Victoria. Further out, extensive cloud coverage can also be seen over the eastern two-thirds of the country, with many active thunderstorms over the mainland. However, it was mostly sunny in Western Australia and parts of the Northern Territory. Tomorrow, a complex area of low pressure can be seen over Victoria and the New South Wales coast, with a cold front to the southeast of Tasmania. South to southeasterly winds tomorrow 10 to 20 knots, reaching 30 knots about the northwest early. And there is a strong wind warning current for western coastal waters from Low Rocky Point to Stanley. Showers and 13 in Hobart and Maydena tomorrow, 10 degrees in Oatlands. Launceston and Devonport both 15 with a shower or two, Lyowini reaching 7. Showers across the west of the state with Burnie, Strawn and Marrawar all 14 degrees. And in the east, showers and 14 in St Helens and Swansea and Orford both 13. And the UV is very high 8s tomorrow with sunrise expected at 5:43 a.m. Looking on to Sunday now, showers more frequent about the west, south and central areas with possible hail and snowfall down to 400 metres. Showers statewide on Monday with snowfall to around 400 metres. And on Tuesday, showers about the west and south, fine elsewhere. 31 in Perth tomorrow, rain in Melbourne and Canberra, 22 in Sydney, Brisbane 27 and showers in Cairns and Darwin. And currently Hobart cloudy and 9 degrees, Launceston cloudy and 15 and cloudy and 15 in Devonport. And Kim, don't forget that tomorrow is McHappy Day where $2 from every Big Mac sold will be donated to Ronald McDonald House to support our sick children, so try and get down and support.
Thank you very much, Chelsea. Looking good and all for a good cause.